Welcome to the Elevated Chat Room. Mr. Dwayne Malone right here to my left. You got Mr. Lonzo Jones, your host. Lonzo, take off.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Elevated Chat Room. Elevate your mind, elevate your life.
Let's go.
Hey, we got once again we got some special guests with us, high school students and high school graduate, recent high school graduate. Topic for the night before I let them introduce themselves is from likes to authenticity. Did I say that right? That's a big word. From likes to authenticity. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Y'all help me out. How you say that word?
Authenticity.
There you go. Redefining social media. All right. So we got Jaden. We got Takara. Tell them what your name is.
Canaria.
See, Canaria. And we also have Miss Aubrey. We're going to let Jaden introduce himself starting off. Let's go, Jaden.
What's up, everybody, man? My name is Jaden Brown. Like he said, man, I'm a graduate 2022 of Florence High School. And right now I'm just in the field of work. So I just work. I do social media. I like to empower students, teens, and just mentor and just help people and make a positive impact. So that's what I do.
All right, that's what's up.
Hi, I'm Takara from Sheffield High School, representing the class of 2026.
2026? Woo, she's a youngin'.
Hey, I'm Aubrey, also from Sheffield High School, also representing the class of 2026.
All right.
Hello, I'm Canaria, also representing Sheffield High School, also class of 2026.
All right, that's what's up. Before we get into any deep questions, how do y'all even get introduced to the Rescue Me Project or the Z Factor or something dealing with our mentorship programs? How did y'all get introduced to that?
I got introduced to it in the 8th grade. My mama actually put me in it, and I didn't like it at first, but now as I got older, I realized what the meaning was.
Okay, so why didn't you like it at first? What was that experience that made you not like it?
It was a bunch of bad kids, and they was exotic.
Okay. Hey, just straight up. Because, I mean, sometimes you don't want to be around other kids that you feel like is like pulling away from you or that it's like just like bad energy. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. Exotic. Jeez, yeah. I like that word. What about one of y'all?
Well, I first heard about it in 9th grade, and it was known for all the bad kids, but it was also known for having the slow kids in it. And I just joined my sophomore year, and I also heard about it through Takara, and she was like, yeah, you can come and you should join.
Okay. See, that was one of the things that we had an issue with as well. It was like, it wasn't designed for that. We wanted, you know what I'm saying, a buffet of people. We wanted, everybody. We didn't want it to be looked at as a negative program. And I think that's one thing that when people say you need mentorship or that you need, you're in a leadership class, is that you are somewhat flawed, that you are at risk, or everybody's at risk. I don't care where you come from. We all got risk. So that was one thing we trying to no, we want everybody in here. We want people that's making straight A's. We want people that got great behavior, bad behavior, and everything in between. All right, what about you, Jada?
I first heard about this a while ago. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I never came here actually. But about a year ago, I was asked to do some volunteering here from Miss Chantrice.
Okay.
I would go to church with her. So she introduced me to that. And when I first got here, I was like, okay. So I started growing and seeing everything that this offered to the students. And I really like it. It's pretty cool. And it's not just, I didn't really see it as something that's just for certain students.
Yeah.
I saw it as a way to just make change and make things fun as well.
That's what's up. Did we leave you out?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But no, it's fine.
Oh, we want to hear from you.
Well, I first heard about Z Factor in junior high, and I saw like y'all coming in with the groups and stuff, but I didn't know how to sign up, and nobody was really talking about it in junior high. So then I heard about it in freshman year, didn't sign up, and then decided to my sophomore year.
Okay. Well, I would go out to say that Z Factor this year, especially at Sheffield High School, was one of our best classes that we've had. We enjoyed it. Last year, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like it was some days I didn't want to come myself.
We didn't want to either.
Because, you know what I'm saying, all that we had to deal with, some of the kids that weren't taking it serious, that didn't really see what we were trying to, pour into you guys. But this year, y'all bought in. I mean, it was awesome. So I applaud y'all for that. Hopefully next year, so we can keep that going, moving forward, and bring in some more people, make it bigger and better, and reach more people. So I applaud you, ladies, for
Before
that.
you move forward, I do have a brief question to the young ladies that took part in the Z Factor. So what are your thoughts now about the Z Factor, now that this year has taken place compared to what you heard versus what it is?
I think y'all are building people to be leaders and to change for the better and to want to help around in the community. And it's a better thing. But last year, it was totally different. And you can feel like the energies have switched almost.
Okay. That's what's up.
When y'all had first came, and I heard about it, I was like, no way, this is like a big thing. But then when y'all came here and I actually joined, I understand like this is something that is like worldwide. Like this could help a lot of people.
Awesome.
I enjoy coming now. Like last year when I heard about it, I was like, no, that's not something I would want to join. But now I'm most definitely like every Tuesday I was like, oh my gosh, can't wait to go to Z Factor.
That's what's up, man. That makes us feel good. Like real talk.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I wanted to sign up for Z Factor when our principal sent out the email. I was like, yes, I want to sign up for it. And as soon as I got into it, it was good from the start. Yeah, I love Z Factor. I've learned a lot from it. I've grew a lot from it. It's great. I enjoy going.
We try to relate to y'all as best as we can. Even though, like I said, I'm 39. I graduated high school over 20 years ago. But I've seen a lot, done a lot. And then I've been around kids a lot now too, where I see what you guys are. Y'all get exposed to stuff way quicker than what we did. And we just try to relate to you guys. I remember when me and Dwayne first started, we would go into schools and speak. We were wearing ties, suits, you know what I'm saying? We was dressed to the T, but it was like, it built a barrier between us and y'all. It's like we looked like we were superior. You know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't relating. Then we started wearing the J's, the T-shirts, the jeans with the rips, just trying to. And the next thing you know, we got kids coming. I say, man, where you get them J's from? Oh, I like that shirt. I like what So it was like we started building rapport from the moment we would walk through the door. And it just kind of eased y'all a little bit. And it just makes it more impactful. So if y'all see anything that y'all want in y'all school, let your principal know. Let somebody know and we'll try to make that happen because, like, we want you guys to be able to learn and to be able to grow, you know what I'm saying, in the best way you guys want to do it. Yeah. All right, so question number one. Well, question I want to hit you guys with first is this. We're going to get on the social media tip now. It says, how do likes and followers affect how teenagers see themselves online? How do likes and followers affect you guys?
I think, obviously you see celebrities and you're like, oh, they have a bunch of followers, bunch of likes. And a lot of people want that. They want the fame, they want the money, whatever. And they think they look cool by doing it.
Okay.
So, they post inappropriate things and it makes their reputation look bad just for the likes, just for the followers. Then they regret it later on.
So what do you guys get from having likes and followers? What do you get from that? Like when we really think about it as core, what do you get from that?
In reality, nothing.
Ooh.
Like I feel like our generation or younger generation, they're like, okay, this celebrity did it, I can do it. Like, no. And they really don't see the consequences behind what's going on. Like you're not gaining anything. It's not just because they did it, I can do it. That's not how that works.
Okay. That's a good answer. Going back to the first question that we asked was, how do likes and followers affect how teenagers see themselves? What next person want to tap onto that?
I don't think it does. Like, I feel like it depends on where you grew up and how you grew up. Because, like, people like y'all come into our lives and y'all teach us you are beautiful, you are this, you are that. And whenever you get on social media, you're like, oh, it's just a normal person. Because that's how I am. Because whenever I grew up, mama always told me that I was pretty. So it's like, I shouldn't have to compare myself. So I don't really think it does.
That's awesome.
Man, that's deep.
Hey, so comparison, they say comparison steals your joy. So we always have to look at ourselves like, hey, I'm enough. Like that's like I am enough, no matter where I grew up at, what school I'm at, how much money my parents make, what shoes I'm wearing to school, you know what I'm saying, how I'm wearing my hair, if I'm on a extracurricular activity or not. It doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. Like we're all breathing the same air. God created us all on the same playing field.
On purpose, for purpose.
There you go.
Let's go.
So just keep that in mind. And man, that's good stuff. Y'all are on. But let's look at it as a negative. Let's flip that. And because I know at one point in time, you guys have grown a lot. I know at one point in time, you weren't thinking about the likes and the followers like that. It was all about something else. What was that something else prior to growing?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
All right. If you don't know, who knows?
Like, what do you mean?
What do I mean? We just answered this question from a positive aspect. What's the negative of wanting the likes and the followers, and how would that affect you in a negative way?
Want me to give you an example?
Yeah, go ahead.
Example. You know how some people take those pictures and they start showing more of their body than normal just for the attention.
Mhm.
Got what I'm saying? Or maybe some guys may, put out a bunch of money and all these other things, the negative aspect of it.
Mhm.
I guess like the saying, there's a such thing as going too far.
Okay.
Yeah. And you start to do it and people like it, then you do it more and more, and then it gets farther and farther. Then people are coming to you expecting that from you.
And then there's always like that, okay, well, I've done this. Okay, well, people get bored and they want more.
Mm.
So you have to just find something new. Or they get bored of that. You got to find something new.
That's good. So you got to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper, or keep going to the point where you're losing more and more morals and values.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Jaden, what you quiet over there, man? What you got?
No, I've just been listening. I like what they were saying. And once they see like people that they don't usually see, like, showing more and doing things that they're doing things that are not them, and they're living a life that's not theirs because they see other people doing it, so they think they got to do it. And I got this notes and it's saying that's craving like digital affirmations instead of saying it to yourself. And like she was saying earlier, her parents told her what she was, so she didn't have to worry about who liked her and who didn't. So the students and the people that are not being told, and the little ones that are not being told what they can do or can't do, well, guess what they're gonna go look for it at in social media. So yeah,
that's good stuff.
Good stuff, man.
So they're finding their identity. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we can get lost and find our identity in social media. I had read well, actually I didn't read it because I don't read too often. I watch videos or I do audible books. Like reading just not my thing. So I was listening to this guy talk about likes and how it when somebody clicks on your stuff and you get a lot of likes, it's like an adrenaline rush. You just feel like you get high, like a dopamine. Yeah. And then when they don't, it's like a moment of anxiety or depression, or it comes over you. Do y'all agree with that in some aspect?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
It's like a signal. Like when you see somebody like your post, you're like, okay, they're liking my post. I'm gonna keep doing this, and it becomes like a cycle. Post, check likes, repeat. It's like a repetition thing, and sometimes it's not really healthy for the mind and healthy for your mental state and your mental health. So, yeah.
Man, y'all some pretty smart kids.
What?
I like I said, man. Those attention, when it all boils down to, we all want to be seen in some kind of way, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And I think sometimes we have to be smart of how we're going to use social media, because we can get attention. Y'all can do some crazy stuff to get attention. Y'all can do some brilliant stuff to get attention online. So my challenge is going forward, just make sure you're not one of the ones that's getting attention in a bad way. Whether it's showing too much of your body, or when y'all get emotional, and I'm talking to all of us, including myself, when we get emotional, we want to get on Facebook or social media and vent, and we typing all kind of crazy, saying all kind of crazy stuff on that. But that's not really who you are. You're being led by your emotions, and your emotions can never be trusted. You should never be led by your emotions. God didn't create us that way. So just keep that in mind going forward. Anybody else want to say anything about that particular question before we move on? Mm-hmm. All right. Y'all know what a highlight reel is? Highlight
Instagram reel?
Like
highlight reel.
What is like? What's that?
You playing sports?
Like in a
like a football highlight.
Yeah. So
like a preview.
Highlight reel.
Okay.
Highlight.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just a highlight.
Yeah, just a highlight. What are highlights? All the what plays?
The good
ones.
The good ones. That's Facebook. That's Instagram. Mm-hmm. That's TikTok. That's IG. That's what's the other one? Snap. Did I say it right? Y'all call it Snap?
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Snapchat. I don't be on Snapchat. Either one of them. but that's all that is. It's a highlight reel. So they're only going to post all the great stuff they've done, all the great moments that goes on. Very rarely do you get somebody that's going to post something sad or where they failed, because they want the attention and they want to be built up. They want you to see them a certain way. But everybody has dark days, dark times. So we cannot sit there and try to compare our everyday life to somebody's highlight reel. So don't be caught off guard thinking, man, they got it all together. Because I can post everything on my what I do. Like everything, I'm real. Like I do it in a certain way. What I post on my Facebook, just so that people see me in a certain way because I have to carry myself in the community in a certain way, and then also so that my sons are seen in a certain light. It's deeper than just me. So we all do it. We all posting that highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? Because we want people to see us in a certain way, and it's a brand. Y'all are a brand. And that's why it was so funny when Shantrice called me and she was like, Takar, man, I went to her job. Man, she is the nicest person you ever see. I said, Takar, the one to be bossing all of them in Z Factor? She was like, yes. I was like, so see, that's a brand. You see what I'm saying? Like however you are with certain people, you can have 2 or 3 different brands. You could be a certain way with me and then a different way with him and a different way with her. But however you present yourself to them, it's going to label you. It's going to become your own brand. And when it's time to nominate somebody or be a reference for somebody, I'm only going to go off the brand that you have shown me. So just be mindful as y'all continue to grow that you got a good brand. When somebody see that Nike, that Jordan sign, they already know what that represents, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with y'all. When they see y'all coming, they know like, either they're going to be like, man, there goes so-and-so, so-and-so. Oh, man, there goes so-and-so, so-and-so. You feel me? All right, so let's move on. You got something?
Oh, sir.
All right, let's move on. It says, what can teens do to be real on social media, even when pressured to fit in? How can y'all be real when pressured to fit in?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. By not posting the inappropriate selfies, not posting the bad things, and just showing the good things, like their life, normal things that people do, like not feeding into all the bad things.
Okay.
I also think like having a good support system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when pressure comes to you, who do you lean on to? When you have in those hard days, who do you go to?
That's good.
I feel like you gotta have high confidence. Like you cannot look at yourself as below somebody, because if you do, then you're gonna try to keep up with the Joneses, and you don't want to do that, because whenever somebody comes up to you and then they go on social media and they're like, "Oh, you so and so and so," and then really not that person,
not that at all. Yeah,
like no.
Like you said, the highlights. The celebrities only post their highlights. They look so good, and you think you got to compare yourself to them, when really in real life it's hardly ever like that.
Yeah, like reality shows, they're like that. Like whenever you see like Love and Hip Hop, and then you look on their Instagram or something, you're like, oh, they got it together. Love and Hip Hop ain't got it together.
No,
you right on that. They be the worst ones. They be the worst ones. So man, we, like I said, we just really want to just be real. Be who you are. Mm-hmm. See, you can't be fake being you. You see what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be you. So just be you in general. And if it shows that you got some issues, then who cares? Because we all have issues. If it shows that you're flawed in the area that somebody else got it made in, that's fine too. Because just like you're flawed in the area, they're flawed in the area too. Multiple areas, we all are. You can look at me and Dwayne and think trust me, we got issues too.
For sure.
We still working and growing too. You know what I'm saying? And y'all haven't experienced this yet, but when you get married and you have kids, them 2 things right there always making you work and grow. Always. Ain't no days off. None. None. So that question was, what can teens do to be real on social media, even when pressured to fit in? What kind of pressure do you guys get? What kind of pressure? What does that pressure look like?
Clothes.
Okay.
Personality change, hair change.
Expensive things.
Yeah.
Looking good all the time.
Somebody got this, so I'm going to get this.
Yeah. Or somebody got this, I got to do it better.
Do y'all think y'all would have as much pressure if it wasn't for social media? Let's say if there was no social media.
I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, but low key, I have much more fun when I'm not on my phone. I'm more in tune. I'm more connected with the people around me. I respond better. I mean, yes and no.
Okay.
I don't have more fun.
Okay, that's fine.
I love my phone. I love my iPad. I love everything.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I love my phone too, because I scroll on Facebook for hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we could do without it.
No, I'm just saying, let's say if there wasn't no social media and it's not even an option. Like, where would you feel pressure from then?
You could always find something.
Yeah.
In life, you gonna
It's hard to
always
tell.
find something. So
School?
School, yeah.
I mean, parents.
Okay. School, parents. Because you said something earlier about clothes and how your personality is and how you wear your hair.
Mhm.
So we just trying to see what it looks like. Like, man, like when I grew up, there was no social media.
Mm-hmm.
So ours was going to school and seeing that somebody had the new J's and you didn't.
Think about MySpace, man. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember MySpace. I definitely remember MySpace, man.
There'd be a lot less drama, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't go home and argue about it. You'd
Mm.
have to see each other in person. And you
Okay.
couldn't just hide behind a phone.
That's good.
So.
That's good. Like I said, man, I got introduced to Facebook. Facebook came out for college students first. I was at Jacksonville State and it came out, I don't know if it was 03 or 04, 05 in that time frame. And it was only college students on there. So just think about this. You had to have a college email to even get on Facebook. There was no parents, no guardians. So you can just imagine the stuff that we was talking about. Because you can write on people's walls and nobody would see it other than maybe your coach. When I tell you we was wild, like think about this. Like your parents can see your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. It was just college students. Young college
Young and
students.
dumb.
Yes. So just imagine. So what I'm getting at is that, like I said, when it's all said and done, it's good to have somebody that can hold you accountable. Because there was no accountability when we first started. But there's like a certain limit that y'all will possibly only go to on social media, which kind of helps you guys out.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that? Why not?
Because people do anything on social media. There ain't no limit for real.
No, when you say people, are you talking about your age group people?
Or any age.
Yeah.
People
But I'm
do
saying, like,
anything.
let's stick to your age group. Why do you think they can just get on social media and just do what they want to do? What's missing then? Something's missing.
Can be anybody you want to be.
Yeah, I mean,
You can lie about your age.
in the home, I mean, it's probably what's going on in the home that's
Come
making
on.
them want to act out. So, I mean, and if your parents are not watching after you and not being on you, then yeah, you're going to do whatever you want to. And that's going to be whether it's in social media or in person.
That's what we had learned about in church. She was like, the trees and how it swings, that's all behavior. But what is the root? It goes back to the home.
Mm-hmm.
It's parents.
Come on.
Family.
That's what we're trying to get at, though. Like, we really want to know, like, why would somebody think it's okay at a young, your age to get on social media and do whatever they want to do?
Some people weren't taught right.
Come on.
That's just what it is. And you have to make sure that you are taught right and you have enough responsibility to carry yourself in a respectful manner on social media.
Sweet.
Because anybody can see that, whether it's a employee, somebody at your school, somebody even in a higher life. Whenever you get older, you can pull up an old picture of you. And you could be doing something so bad and lose an opportunity of a lifetime.
Come on.
Even if you delete things, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
Even if you delete things, they can still pull it up. And you just got to have enough discipline from not only your parents or your family, but like from deep within yourself, from your friends. You got to choose your own crowd. You got to have the right discipline.
That's good. Y'all on point.
Man, what?
Y'all on point. I agree with that. Like, even though this is what's so crazy about, like I said, about when I joined Facebook, even though parents was not allowed to be on there, in the back of my mind, I was like, if my dad saw, like, if I just took it a little, like, I knew how far I could take it. It was like, because my dad didn't play, it was like, I can go about that much further. And after that, I had to cut it off. Because if my dad saw that, and I'm 18, 19, 20 years old, he still, at that time, he still put that fear of God in me. And I'm almost grown. So it was like what you're saying, like in the home. Like, who's holding you accountable? Are you holding yourself accountable? Because it's going to come a time where you're going to mature enough to where you hold yourself accountable. And then you hold yourself accountable to your belief system, your morals, your values. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to carry you guys a long, 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 long way. Because once going back to the brand, once we know, we or people that has the resources to take you where you're trying to go, to connect you with the right people, once they know that you're a good brand, they'll go to bat for you. They'll go to bat for you. So just keep that in mind. Anything else? Anybody? All right. So my next question is this. Do influencers make it hard for teams to be themselves online? Do influencers make it hard?
Most definitely.
Why is that?
Because, like, okay, example, you see the Kardashians. Honestly, now these days, everybody has the same body.
Mm.
Like, they look like that. Oh, everybody likes them. Everybody. Now I gotta do that. I gotta be like them.
Okay.
Following the trend.
So body shaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you feel bad about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then that causes, eating disorders, things like that.
And so it's like, I'll do anything to change the way I look.
Yeah. Or to look like them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting all these likes. Back to the likes and followers thing. You got to think, I got to look like that to get all this. And you're hurting yourself. And it's just, in the end, it's a bad thing.
I feel like, and some people, they make it hard, and some people make it easy.
Okay.
Like, I didn't came across a lot of videos or reels on social media to be like, hey, you want to get this amount of views or you want to get this amount of likes? Do this.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people take that bait and they feel like they got to do what people tell them to do. And sometimes it's not the right thing to do. And then there's people that get on there on social media, hey, you're enough to be what you want to be. Hey, you're enough to do what you want to do. Your beauty, you're beautiful. No matter what nobody has to say, no matter what you see, or no matter who you're trying to compare yourself to, there's no need in that, because your gift and your talent, whatever you want to do, it's gonna make room no matter what, and you have what you need, so you don't have to go and look for it. So just be you and authentic, like we've been talking about this whole time, and everything's gonna work out in the end.
That's good. I heard a guy say a quote: "You can never be the best copycat.
Man, that's good.
You can be the best you, but you will never be the best copycat."
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Good stuff. Good stuff.
When you think about it, who are you when you log out? That's key, because a lot of times we think we're getting so much more better and so on based off of what we see on the platform. But who are you when you log out? And that's the reality of who we have to settle for when we, number one, if we don't understand our own worth, it's so easy to just engage and get involved with those images just put out on the social media or that person or whatever, when that's really not who they are. But at the end of the day, they're broken, they're insecure, they got their own things going on. But who are you when you log out?
That's
key.
That's good. Both y'all kind of triggered some of my head. Platforms. He said something about platforms, and we're just talking about getting likes and everything like that. This is something that me and Dwayne we've learned. It's like, bro, like you can be like your skill set that you have can be amazing. It can be just as good as you see somebody online that got hundreds and thousands, millions of followers, right? But you're not there yet. And sometimes we're just not called to be at that level, or we're not called to be at that level at that time. And so wherever your circle of influence is, you have to dominate that. So if me and Dwayne never get called to go out in other states and just reach millions, it's okay that we reach hundreds of thousands. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What you smiling for?
No, I'm just thinking of something.
Go ahead.
No, like it's not really nothing. But I was just talking about when you're talking. I'm thinking about you are where God wants you to be at.
Come on.
I was just thinking about that.
That's it. But that's real talk though, because when it's all said and done, like everything is as long as you stay in where you're supposed to be, in the right relationship with God, He's gonna make sure you get to where you're supposed to be. He's gonna make sure you impact the people you're supposed to impact. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Like we'll go and listen to some other speakers, or I'll be like, bro, he's trash compared to me. Like that's just me being confident who I am. I'm like, bro, I would kill this. But God ain't called me to go out there and talk to whoever He's talking to. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a family. You see what I'm saying? Like I got 2 boys I got to raise, so I can't be gone like on the weekends and just up and go. Now, ideally, would that be amazing? Yes, but I understand that that's just not my calling right now. They get older, get grown, and God says, "Hey, go out there and reach the masses." So let's do it. But for right now, man, I'm cool with hitting up Alabama, Tuscumbia, Sheffield, Tuscaloosa, Florence. I love it. And then I love coaching kids. I love training kids. So as long as God has me doing something, hey, I'm good to go. Mm-hmm. So as you guys grow and you feel like, man, I should be doing this and doing that. No, you shouldn't. Now, if God has shown you should be doing it, and then you ain't put forth the effort, that's a different story. But he shows you that you're supposed to be touching the masses, or you should be doing more, or you should go to college, or you should start this business, or you should do this, that, and you don't, then it's on you. You feel me? But if he ain't showed it to you, you just got a desire for it, it's just not time for it. Yeah, God got a lot of more things he got to teach you. So let's just keep that in mind as we go forward. All right, anything else on that particular question? Do influencers make it hard for teens to be themselves online?
My grandma always tells me.
What grandma say?
She tells me and all my cousins and stuff, she goes, you can stunt on social media like you got something, but whenever you die and you go to heaven and you're in front of God, he really knows the real you. And he knows the real you in general. So why get on social media and stunt when you know you're really not like that? And it's really not good anyway, so don't do it.
That's good, man. I had a cousin that liked to portray that he was this type of dude. Like he got tatted up, which like to show money, flashing money. Like I was like, bro, I know you. Mm-hmm. You're like my brother, him, they're the same age, 5 years younger than me. It's like, dude, you grew up with me. I know the real you. You gotta cut this out. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it ended up costing him his life when it was all said and done. Because you portraying this image that you wanted to be, but at your core, I'm like, bro, I know you. You sweet dude. Not sweet like funny, but you a sweet dude. You nice. You love hard. You know what I'm saying? You an athlete. You good. But it was like, but he wanted that image for whatever reason. And I think, like you said, going back to the households, when we don't get enough at home, it spills over. You know, it spills over. And if y'all see that in anybody, I mean, do what you can. Reach out to them. You know, I know it's only a certain amount that we can do, but just do something. I mean, because I'm telling you, their life is on the line, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. So let's talk about role models right quick. So who would be your role model that you can actually physically touch, and why?
I would say my granddad.
Okay.
And you said why, right?
Why?
Why? Because in times where I may not always like it, but he gonna get me on track. He gonna get me where I need to be. He gonna tell me what I need to hear. He gonna say what he need to say.
That's good.
At all times. Like, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. Like, so for instance, let's say I like just something simple as I got work at 10 o'clock, right? So he'll like, no matter how old I'm getting, he gonna come in there. He gonna make sure I'm hey, what time you leaving? When you, because he gonna make sure, because he has this quote that I not forget, but I make sure I remember in my head forever. And he says, being on time is late and being early is on time.
Come on.
So, and you can apply that to just any aspect of your life. So on time, meaning like, when the time is right, the time is gonna be right. And when the time isn't right, then you just gotta accept that and just do what you've been doing. Because God has you in a place where you are, like we said earlier, you are where you're supposed to be. So that's what my granddad tries to display to me all the time, that I am where I need to be, and he always pushes me to be my best self no matter what it is. So yeah.
So grandfather, we got a grandfather that's our role model. Who's up next?
I'll say, like, for one, my teachers, my parents, anything that pushes me to do better. A bad grade could be my role model that pushes me to, okay, I need to do better next time. Or me feeling bad about something is my role model. Like, I need to get out of this hole and I need to do better. Anything that pushes me to do better and to be better myself is a role model for me.
Okay.
I usually say I don't have one, but if I had to like say somebody, I could say my math teacher, Miss Cosby.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay. So, but why Miss Crosby?
Miss Cosby.
Cosby.
Because she just, like Aubrey said, she pushed us to do better, and she actually taught us a lot. Mm-hmm. And for her to try to do that with my class of 2026, we're very vocal and very aggressive, and and she just kind of calmed down the storm almost, and that was really like empowering.
So what you're telling me is your math teacher is a role model and he has nothing to do with math.
No,
I agree.
She did teach us really, really good, and we learned a lot from her. And I can say on my ACT, I did very well because of her. And without her, I don't think I could have did as good as I did.
But see, that's how it's supposed to be. Just because someone's your coach or your teacher, they ain't just teaching you about that sport or about that particular subject. They should be teaching you some stuff about life. And so that's what a role model is. You're modeling your life after somebody else's life, or they're impacting your life in a certain way. So that's what's up. Like, your math teacher is definitely a role model. And does she know that?
Well, yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. We love her. We always tell her, hey, whenever we're walking by. And last week, I actually brought her a gift.
Sweet. But why I say that is because even though your teacher may not be doing it for any pat on the back, it'll do her justice if you say, hey, I appreciate what you have done for me this past semester or this year.
Mhm.
Like, you ain't gotta, I mean, that alone, like, when my sons come up and just be like, well, Dad, I appreciate, I thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I would never forget last year for Father's Day, my oldest boy was playing in an all-star baseball tournament. And they have these walk-up songs. Like, when they go up to bat, they play a certain theme song, right? So the year before that, he couldn't hit. Okay, he would strike out like every other time. So I asked him, I said, buddy, you want to come back next year and we're going to do this or what? He was like, yeah, but Dad, you're going to have to help me. Okay. So I'm like, this is what's going to take. So we went into the lab. We trained and trained and trained and trained. He comes back the next year. He didn't strike out not one time. The only kid on the travel ball team didn't strike out, right? Hitting the ball, just totally transforms as a baseball player. So he walks up, his baseball song, and then he's speaking over. It's like, hey, Dad, I want to thank you for teaching me how to hit the ball.
Wow.
Like, do you know what that did for me? Like, I'm already gonna go hard for you. But boy, you done just amp me up now. I'm finna go a little bit harder for you. So those things like that, those little things that y'all do, and like I said, I'm not doing it necessarily for him to come tell me thank you or pat me on the back, because I chose to bring you into the world. Like, I'm gonna give you my all regardless, whether you like it or not. Like your grandfather, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna instruct you. I'm gonna discipline. I'm gonna love you, no matter what. No matter, there's nothing he would ever do, or my youngest boy, they would ever do that I would just wipe my hands with them. Nothing. I've been around them too long. I didn't spend too much time. I didn't invest it. I didn't pray for y'all. You feel me? Your parents feel the same way about you. All y'all kids is listening. Your parent, your guardian feels the same way about you. They had to clean you up at one point. They had to feed you. They had to take care of every necessary thing that you need at one point in their life. Now they're just doing it a different way. So that little appreciation that you can show, whether it's mom, dad, teacher, coach, let them know. Let them know. And another thing, and you're not doing it for this, but another thing, when you tell them that, you're going to gain more favor with them. Not trying to be funny, but that happens. If I am teaching a group of kids and one of the kids come up to me at the end of the season and he hands me a gift, never asked for it. Naturally, I'm going to remember that. And the favor may not be me giving him money. The favor may just be God just putting him on my mind to show him more attention. You see what I'm saying? It could be the smallest thing. Favor comes in all different shapes and sizes. You don't know what the favor is going to look like. But you will gain favor from people when you show great appreciation. So just let them know. I don't know how we got on that, but we did. So just let people know. Parents, let them know. Like, your mom and dad want to know they doing an okay job with you. Y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing pretty good. So just let them know. Anything else on that particular question?
Did you say something about your role models?
No, I didn't.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll say my role model will most definitely be my dad. A lot of people don't know this, but like the people close to me, they do know I'm adopted. And before that, I didn't have like no father figure, no nothing. And so when I got adopted, he's like taught me a lot. And one example would be my mom, his wife. She is currently sick now. And as I see him like just taking care of her and just keep going, and he's also like a foster parent. So like we have foster kids in the house that he's also taking care of. And as I see him like taking care of her, taking care of her and also taking care of them, it definitely inspires me to keep going. Like, this isn't so bad. What you're going through isn't so bad. It could be worse.
That's good. That's good stuff. I mean, because you got to think about it. When you're adopted, you're chosen. Like, he handpicked you. Think about that though.
Yeah.
He handpicked you. So he wanted you. So it would be a big disservice for somebody to want something then to mistreat it. You know, so I love that. My grandfather was not my real grandfather, but he's the only grandfather I ever knew for my whole life. And he met my grandmother when she had, I think, 4 kids under the age of 5. Took care of all of them until the day he died. Was married to my grandma for almost 50 years. But it didn't even dawn on me that his last name was Weatherspoon. My grandma's last name was Weatherspoon. I was a Jones. It didn't even click in my mind that, hold up, this ain't even my, because he was just like solid dude. He the one taught me, open the door for a woman, entrepreneurship, be respectful, education, stand up tall. You can do anything my granddad would drive. Man, we would drive by buildings when we were younger. He would pick me up, me and my cousins up, and we would drive by buildings. He would stop. Hey, grandsons, what is that? It was like, it's a building. He said, no, it ain't. It's a business. I was like, okay, grand, it's a business. We young now. He was like, do you know who owned that? We was like, no. He would be like, a man owns it. We was like, yeah, a man own it. He said, what are you going to be when you grow up? I'm like, a baseball player. He was like, no, you're going to be a man. So guess what? You can own business too, just like that man that owns that business. So he would do things like, when I tell you he was dope, but he wasn't even my real grandfather, blood-wise. But I'm telling you, he chose my grandmother. He chose to raise them kids. By doing that, he also chose me. You feel me? So when somebody choose you, man, that's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother level. What you got?
We went.
You already went?
Yeah.
You went first?
Yeah.
You showed
I was talking about the teachers and all that, but I'd pick up off Takara. Miss Cosby has done a lot. I think not only me, but our whole entire class grew a whole level of maturity from her.
Man, that's awesome.
Like, she was patient with us. Like, if we asked her a question, she wouldn't get mad. She would sit there and explain it. And I think I'm just grateful for her because she was one of the really good math teachers that we had.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Miss Cosby.
Yeah. Big shout out. Big shout out.
Yeah, sure.
Do any of y'all did or do either one of you play any sports or do any extracurricular activities?
Yes.
What's that?
I played softball and I cheer.
Okay. So between softball and cheer, was there anybody that had any type of impact on you as far as you growing as a person or as a player?
All of my coaches. My cheer coach, Coach Reed, he's been there since my freshman year of varsity because, high school. And I don't think I would have made it without him. Like last year, we placed 9th in the nation at national.
In the nation?
Mm-hmm, at Orlando.
Wow.
In our division. And he really just pushed us and pushed us and pushed us. He's one of my other role models. He's amazing. I could not have done it without him. So.
Does he know that?
Yes.
Okay.
We shower him with love all the time. And he makes sure we say it too. And my softball coaches are amazing as well.
Okay. Anybody else?
I do cheer, and I also, just stopped. I did in my last year though. I was in band.
Okay.
I played the baritone, but I only do cheer now.
Okay. Anybody else do anything? Takara, where you work at? Where they can visit you at?
I work at South's Best.
South's Best. What is South's Best? South's
Best is a business that sells barbecue on Wilson Dam Road.
Oh, y'all got that lemonade, don't it?
Yes.
My wife was just in there not too long ago because we didn't even know because there used to be one in Tuscumbia. Sheffield. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sheffield. And they closed down and we didn't know where they moved. And then she was like, I went in there to give me something to eat. And I saw the lady in there used to be at the other one. And she was like, we got the lemonade here. So,
yeah, well, we just moved. We didn't they shut down there, but we just moved.
Gotcha. Okay. So they should let people like us know that kind of stuff.
We tried to. They made a Facebook.
Okay. Because that lemonade be jumping. And I don't even think I ever got no food from my wife used to food for that. I just been like, bring me some lemonade home.
The food is really good too.
Okay. Well, I have to get some food too next time. What you recommend?
I would say the Phillies and the cheeseburgers.
They got Phillies in there?
Mm-hmm.
Southland, we need you to make a donation to the RMP.
We just gave you a shout out. South's Barbecue. That's what South's Best.
Yeah.
Right across from Jack's on Wilson Dam.
Yeah, you know it as Southern Barbecue. A lot of people know it as Southern Barbecue. We just have to change the name.
Okay. Oh, see, that's what it used. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's stick with role models. And I'm about to throw some at y'all. I hope y'all mature enough for this. Okay. When I was growing up, there was this mogul that had a clothing line, cologne, music producer, and we was calling him P. Diddy.
Uh-oh.
Now, P. Diddy, that's why I asked you guys what role model you have that you actually touch. Okay. Because sometimes we have role models, celebrities that we can't touch. We don't really even know them, but we're like, man, this dude right here dope. He doing all this. So like at one point in time, P. Diddy was like that guy for a lot of young brothers growing up or people in general. And then you find out on the back end that he ain't nothing like you thought he was. Like, how easily are we fooled by social media?
He's shaking his head like he related a little too much.
No, but that's for real. A lot of people are looking up to. They started at a young age. They're looking up to a lot of people that they think are like a certain way, but then in the end of it, they're not who they thought they were. So yeah, I see a lot of that.
Am I tripping though?
No.
Like, did y'all have y'all ever looked at somebody thinking they this, and then you find out like, bro, they ain't nothing like I thought they were.
Yeah.
Cause like it threw me. Like I had started hearing stuff about them. You know what I'm saying? So it threw. I was like, bro, I used to buy all your cologne. Like, I used to smell good. In high school, I was smelling good. I think he had one called Unforgivable. But that stuff right there, back when it dropped, it was fire. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. And then, like I said, you hear all this stuff now that's come out. And so we, including myself, man, even people in their 30s, 20s, we got to be really, really careful who we modeling ourselves out after. We don't know these folks. And what's so crazy, some people will defend these people without even knowing them. How you going to defend somebody you don't know, but you don't want to defend your brother or your sister that's next door to you? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Man, P. Diddy out. Y'all saw the video with P. Diddy? So tell me, when y'all saw that video, what went through your mind?
What is he doing?
Like, I want to hear from a teen, like your generation, when you see that, like a man, whether he's famous or not, but when you see a man putting his hand on a female like that, what goes through your mind?
It's like a step back, like, oh, didn't know you're like that.
To be honest, I didn't even know who P. Diddy was. And I still don't know.
For real?
No, not gonna lie. I used to get him and Usher mixed up.
I only know Usher.
Let y'all know how young y'all are.
Usher's better.
No, but I know who they are now.
Okay, but that's
I barely even know Cassie. Who is Cassie?
okay.
I don't know none of them people.
Well, Cassie, she was a model, and then she turned to an R&B singer that he had on his label, and he was dating her. This was back in like early 2015, 14. I think she was singing probably prior to that. But yeah, she was an R&B artist. Beautiful young lady. Obviously, was a model, and but yeah, stuff just went left. But I just wanted to throw that out, y'all, to see if y'all familiar with that, how it impacted you guys, because it was probably different for me, because I was, like I said, at one point in time, P. Diddy was a role model. Like, you looked up to P. He was the man. I think at one point in time, was he not like the wealthiest black in the music, black guy in the music industry or something? He was like, telling you, dude was killing the game. There was nobody close to P. Diddy. Think about it. You got clothing line, you got cologne, you a music producer. At one point in time, he had one of the biggest artists, Notorious B.I.G. Before he passed away, one of the biggest artists. I mean, he was just killing the game.
So would you say that there had to be some signs or something like that along the way that maybe people saw but maybe ignored?
Yeah.
You got what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
Because if that's the case, there's so many people that all we know is the good they do. That's all we know.
Highlight reel.
You got what I'm saying? So if it's almost like you don't know not to look up to a certain person or anything like that until you start seeing a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
You got what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it's like almost as bad as it is, whatever it is that they may do, those that are silent when they're doing their wrong are endorsing the behavior that later comes out to be exposed to everyone else.
That's good.
Man, that was deep.
That's good. So basically, you hang around a bunch of yes men.
Yeah.
So if you ain't got nobody in your corner in your life that's going to challenge you to be better,
yeah,
then they don't need to be in your corner.
That's
Or that means that you don't just want to grow. You
That's
just cool with who you are.
That's true. Because the crazy thing, if you really think about it, and only people that's probably close to him already knew his behaviors. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the moment that
100%.
everyone else was exposed to it, then they turned their back on what they already knew.
Mm-hmm.
You got what I'm
They
saying?
they think
Because
about
now if they be around him and so on, then why are you with him?
right. So that's my thing. Like if you know, just for example purposes only, if you know that Jaden is doing all kind of wild stuff and you kicking it with him, and then you endorsing it, y'all doing it together basically, and then all of a sudden he get caught, and then it's like, oh nah, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But you just as guilty as him. You just ain't never been caught.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it goes back to like why are these people still staying connected to this person, knowing he's doing what he's doing? Y'all answer that question. Why do people P Diddy, for example? Why would people still stay connected to P Diddy, knowing he's doing all this foolery?
Man got money.
Oh, yeah, money. Okay, come on, be
He
honest.
could hold something over their head. I mean,
You can blackmail them. Come on, you got money. You can blackmail. What else?
I don't know.
Money and black.
You
men
saw how he
probably
grabbed
doing
that
it with
girl.
him.
He grabbed him up too.
Abusive. Like seriously. What about fame?
Yeah.
Do y'all use this word still called clout?
No,
No.
Okay, what do y'all call it?
nothing.
When somebody wants to
Oh, a pick me?
what is it called?
A pick me?
Pick me, yes.
What?
So it's like, oh man,
Gotcha.
so and so, he doing all this. I need to be connected to him, so it looks like I'm doing something too. Like you don't have your identity, but you want to take your identity and part of him. So I'm a flunky basically. I'm hanging with P Diddy just because of the things that I could get off his name. Just like you see these athletes with a big entourage. Like, bruh, you ain't never went to the gym with me. You ain't never helped me train and work out. But as soon as I make it, you want to come run with me because you know if they see you with me, then you're somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You can leech off of my hard work, my name, and my fame. And I think that's one of the main reasons too. Like, bro, like, why would I cut myself out all this money that I'm getting? What was the other one y'all said? It was money. What was the other one?
Blackmail.
Blackmail
And abuse.
and abuse. So basically, they say your boy Diddy got tapes. We ain't gonna talk about what they say he got tapes blackmailing all these folks. So it's like, bro, you in debt to somebody because of a bad deed that you sown. Remember, what's done in the dark will come to the light. So as you got ladies and gentlemen continue to grow and experience more in life, remember that everything that you do one day will be exposed. So like I said, it goes back to the brand that you're creating for yourself. So let's just make sure that, hey, we doing what we trying to get to where God has said we need to go. All right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all a good crowd tonight. Y'all doing your thing. You good?
Always can come back if you need me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let's hit this one right here. It says, can social media be a good place for teens to be honest and make real friends? Can social media be a good place?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
How? It convinced me.
To be honest with you, I have friends like all over the world.
Okay.
And I have like these two friends. They just graduated high school. They live in Arkansas. And I went to Arkansas. It was like, I was like 12 maybe. And I met them online. And you know, some people like, don't talk to people online because they can do blah, 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 blah. Well, these two people, they're like really good friends. And like I've met them and they're really great friends. So you can meet great people. You just got to put your trust in the right people.
Okay. How do you know it's the right person to trust? Like, how do you know that?
They ain't snaked me yet.
But you didn't know that going into it. So how did you know to even try to build a relationship? That's what I'm getting at. Like, you feel me? Like, how is it random or like you see certain qualities in it? What was that like?
I don't know. Honestly, I just put my trust in it, and I just said, I mean, they were always there for me, even whenever I was in a dark place, and they weren't trying to, because they're boys, and they weren't trying to like get something out of it. They were actually being genuine, and you could tell that. And we could go like months without talking, and then something just happened, and they're like, "Hey, I'm just checking up on you," and those qualities, those were great qualities. So,
Okay. Who's up next?
I think like the support system you can have on social media is crazy. Like it can be so good. Like yes, there are times where people are bullied, but like now I rarely see it. I honestly I don't ever see. Well, I see people arguing all the time on Facebook, but I never see somebody commenting, making fun of somebody's looks or whatever. Just a lot of the times we're liking each other's posts and hyping each other up in the comments.
And I will say, this generation, we're not really scared to like.
No,
You ain't finna bully me, first of all.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna say something back.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people my age are like that. So I really feel like bullying is going away. There's such thing as trolling. Bullying, it's fading away.
Okay.
I mean, even in school, okay, we have this thing. We have the honors class, and it's us, and it's a whole bunch of other people, and not even that we be trying to, but the honors class, we're very opinionated. We're not scared. We've made 2-3 teachers cry.
Ain't playing no games.
Yeah, we get stuff done.
Yeah.
This girl said we get stuff done. Did you hear her?
I'm telling you, she don't play.
Let's go.
We've changed a bunch of things.
Yeah.
We're really spoken class, and we're gonna win, and we're gonna tell you our opinion about everything.
I can say in middle school we changed the whole dress code for for the next generation. So it's set in stone and it won't be changed back. So we've always been like that. And now I can say in the 8th grade and the 9th grade and even this grade, every single year we've made an impact, I can say.
Even in elementary, at Ellie Wilson, we had a whole riot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we had a whole riot in school.
So y'all don't play about your generation.
No,
because if you're here to teach us, then teach us. You're not here to be my friend, and you get paid to teach me, so teach me right, or it's gonna. I mean, we gotta say something. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything.
Ooh,
y'all got some strong leadership qualities in y'all. And one thing that I can tell about the 3 of y'all for sure, 3 ladies, is y'all are very confident, and it has nothing to do with the way you look. Nothing to do with that. You can tell it comes from an inner place.
Quick question. So with this confidence, you all are using it in a positive way, most definitely, right?
Yes.
Good. Because that's good for them to be as strong as they are and using their influence in a positive way. You got what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because as strong as you are and you was using it in a negative, oh my goodness. So that's a plus because that's great signs of leadership that I'm sure other students can follow in behind you all. And like she just mentioned that they actually creating trends for the students coming up. That's pretty dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And y'all are making it easier for the generation behind you, which is something that we all should be striving to do. Whether it's with your class, with your work, when you have kids, whatever it is, you want that generation. So you wanna create a legacy to where it's like, you know what, it's a little bit easier for this next generation, this next class that's coming up behind us. Look at what we did, but it also puts pressure on them to make changes, to continue to go forward and challenge the status quo. So that's good. That's good stuff. Jaden, can social media be a good place in your own mind, your own experience? Could it be a good place for teens to be honest and make real friends?
It can be.
Okay.
But I've never experienced being honest and making friends on social media. But I can see a way that a lot of people can. But I like, because what makes it authentic is that the people that you can go to, face to face, have that, that transparency in that conversation face to face, no matter what it may be about. But I can see that. I don't really know how I really feel all 100%. I'm like 50-50.
Okay.
So.
I with my experience is like, bro, if I don't meet you in real life first, unless you got a friend that I'm close with, that I meet you online, I met you online, then I talk to him or her, like,
Yeah.
hey, bro, can you vouch for so and so, so and so?
Yeah.
But if it ain't nobody that can vouch for you, if I ain't never met you in person, now I'll meet you in person. Like when we was in college, like literally, I can meet a female and get their Facebook information, and then I met you in person. I know you real. I know you ain't crazy for the most part, and now we could kind of just chat on Facebook. But I'm not. That's just me though. That's my experience. I'm not finna meet nobody, especially at my age now. But even back then, like as crazy and wild as we were, now we friended a lot of people. Like I said, like we friended a whole lot of people on Facebook, but I'm one friending you to know you in person. There's too many people that's walking around campus for me to meet in real life and be trying to, get catfish by somebody. But I'm not knocking your experience because your experience has been great. But the next person's experience could be the total opposite. You feel me?
Mhm.
So when it's all said and done, you I don't know. You put yourself out there. Like you was real vulnerable, like from the
I
jump.
know.
Right. That's not common. Like
But like I don't meet no strangers. So it's like, and two, I feel like everybody has this gut feeling and this intuition if
okay.
I don't know.
Mhm.
And I didn't have that. So, and with some people you can look at them and be like, no.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I feel like we're mature enough to look at somebody and be like, they're not real. I mean, I don't really talk to strangers anyways. Like, I'm not planning to meet up with anybody, but yeah. So if somebody random comments under my post, I could really care less. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I can definitely say that because the whole thing about the car, when I first, because I went to Florence my whole life, and then I moved to Sheffield in 5th grade. And I remember when I walked in class and I sat down, and I sat in front of Zion, which somebody else, and Takara's sitting behind me, and I'm just sitting down, I'm looking, and all I hear is, well, has she said anything yet? And Zion was like, no. She was like, okay, well, why she's not talking?
I wanted to talk to Canaria so bad, and I finally did. And I asked her a million questions. But we grew closer. I mean, we've always been around each other, and I can say we all have the same attitudes, and we all gonna get the same response. It's kind of like crazy almost.
Like our class, the bond we have is crazy.
Mhm.
Like even we've heard it from every teacher every single year, telling us that if one of us thinks one thing, we're all gonna back it. We're all gonna back one person up. And we have a huge honors class. We have like 25, 30 people in there.
Yeah.
And we've all grown up together. So I mean, it's just a strong bond, and I'm grateful it's like
How did y'all create that bond? Like,
I don't know. We
think about that
always.
journey.
I remember, like, even in the 5th and 6th grade, we were always arguing. We always argued with teachers, and if we didn't like something, we always said something. We always had like a head person, and our head person left us. Was it last semester?
Yeah.
She left us last semester, and she moved to Deschler, and now we don't have that person. So we kind of like grew closer. Oh, sorry.
Good.
We grew closer, and we realized since she's not here anymore, we have to speak up for ourselves. And now it's like really loud and in your face.
Yeah. I mean, we've gotten each other in group chats. I mean, we're talking with each other personally. We've gone out to eat breakfast with each other.
Before our first AP exam ever, which was like last week, the honors club was a good bit of us. Sorry. We went out and we went to breakfast, and then we went to the park just to play. And then we all went and took our AP exam.
And even though we don't hang out or talk all the time, when we see each other, it's like, we've known each other. We've known these people forever.
That's what's up. I like that.
So
that's what's up. You need a strong support system. You need people that are like-minded, because it's horrible to be around people that don't challenge your thinking or think higher or at least on the same level as you, because it's frustrating. It gets frustrating. So that's good. Y'all keep that up, like that bond. And like I said, it goes back to branding yourself. Y'all all are branding yourselves together. So when you guys go off and start doing different things because you got that relationship with somebody, you can always lean back on that. When you need something, or when they need something, or when life throws a curveball, you got that group, that core that you can lean and depend on. So man, that's pretty dope, man.
Like we can fuss at each other, but if you was to fuss at her or any of our classmates, we're getting on you.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be too pretty either.
Big brother, big sister type stuff. Y'all going to bat for each other.
And it's all.
But like, what's weird is though, Takara is the youngest in our class, and so it's like, especially if anybody has anything to say to Takara, we're all saying something. Like actually,
and it seemed like Takara is the boss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it seems.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
She's a Leo.
She has that personality. I mean, from the first time we walked in the Z Factor, like it was almost to a point that I had to adjust to her. Because no, don't get me wrong. Because even though she's a young lady, her personality can really deter you if you do not recognize that. Oh, that's just who she is. She's not being rude. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that. And then I think she probably had to learn me too. Because I would say stuff to her, she would look at me funny and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like, look,
I wanted to get on you a few times.
She's just blunt.
yeah.
She's blunt and she wants the right things.
And I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's all said and done, like I'm like, it ain't no gray area with me. Like Dwayne has had to hold me back sometimes from saying stuff to people that we brought in for an event, and I didn't like what they was doing or whatever the case may be. And he's like, bro, you gotta chill. I was like, no, we paid them. You know, I was like, well, you want me to say something to him? He's like, nah, man, it's cool. But I'm like, well, don't bring it to me then, because
no, we won't deal with them no more.
So, but yeah, you have to learn people, man, and it's good to have people that are different in your circle. You know what I'm saying? It just makes it makes the circle stronger. Jaden, you've been quiet over there, man. Drop something for us.
No,
man.
I'm good. They hitting every point.
So we just hit on can social media be a good place for teens to be honest and make real friends? When we say be honest, we're just talking about being your true authentic self on social media. Do y'all feel like most people are being, that's in your age group, do you feel like most people are being who they say they are, or they're being something different on social media? What you guys see?
I don't know, because I can't be my true self on social media because my mouth is crazy.
Yeah.
My mind is crazy. Sometimes you got to filter some of that stuff out. That's how I look at it.
Okay. So you're still being yourself. You just been a more controlled, a more wise version of yourself. Because you're still yourself. You're not fake on there, are you? Okay. But see, that's good. You have to recognize, like, hey, I can't just let it all be out there on social media and then, deal with it. You feel me? Because like there's other layers of myself that I don't show on social media. That's foolish.
But then too, whenever you're private on social media and then people actually meet you, they're like, dang, this really her? A lot of people don't know like how I really, like, they know I'm a person and they know I like certain things, but they don't really know I'm really loud and really vocal and really opinionated and bossy. Like, people don't realize that.
Well, once they meet you that one time, they'll understand that they want to be connected, they'll be connected. If it's not, then it just ain't supposed to be part of your circle. I mean, just that simple. So, but that's good though that you use wisdom, and you may not even call it wisdom, but that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's smart to not just throw stuff out there because everybody can't handle that. So what were you about to say about that particular issue? Thought you had something.
No.
Nobody else had nothing?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's really based on your level of confidence and cockiness. It's kind of like a balance. There's some people, like, I know a lot of people that have confidence and they're confident in themselves truly. And they're posting real and they're being themselves, filtered, maybe private, but they're posting themselves. Then I see people with the cocky side that are posting money, but they don't really have it, and posting all these things that make them look fake. Then you see them in real life, you expect that from them, then they don't have it. And, I mean, it doesn't really hurt me, but it hurts them being fake. Like, just be real. And if you can find that confidence, like, I have the confidence because I've been through a lot of situations. My mindset has been through a lot of different places. So nobody can really hurt me because I've been there. I know, so I don't have to be fake.
That's good stuff. You feel like people be fake online for the most part? You feel like they really be themselves?
I feel like a lot of people are fake because they've lost who they really are, or they've lost their true self. So they feel like they gotta show off something that they're not. because maybe they haven't been told, or maybe they're not in the right circle, or maybe they're being led by the wrong people. So if that's happening to them, they're gonna, do what satisfies their mind, but really it's hurting them and it's bringing them down. When really, like, when it comes to elevating and helping others and doing what we're supposed to do and doing what we can for others, it'll help them elevate and find who they are, so they don't have to portray a fake image or betray somebody that they're not. So,
Y'all got some good answers, man. This is the elevated chat room. Elevate your mind, elevate your life. Y'all have been on point. We got one question left, and we can get up out of here, man. Y'all have done a great job. I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by. You know what I'm saying? Our little podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Feeling special.
But now,
It's feeling special.
y'all are special. Don't ever doubt that. Y'all are special. As long as you breathe the breath of life, y'all are special. Y'all are worthy. Y'all are precious. Y'all were created on purpose for a purpose, not a mistake. So, and don't take that lightly. Yeah, all y'all got something to do to impact this world, and it starts with your circle. You impact your circle first, and go from there. Just keep doing what y'all doing. Special group, and I really mean that. Really do mean that. How can adults help teens stay true to themselves online? How can we as adults help y'all stay true to being yourselves online? All y'all smack at the same time.
Laura was saying earlier, her mama gave her the confidence and told her she was pretty and told her she was beautiful. I think that's what you got to do as a parent. I mean, even if you don't have kids, an adult, you could tell just a kid, like, hey, know you're enough, know you're worthy. The things you see online, everything is not real, everything is not true. You just got to build your confidence. And I think adults help a lot with that because, we listen to grown adults.
Y'all listen to grown adults?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay.
I think it's back to what Kanaria said about what happened at church.
I was just gonna say that.
The lady told us it all starts in the home. Mama, she always, ever since I was really little, she always kept a mirror in my dresser. And every morning I would have to get up and say affirmations. And I hated it. But as I got older, it really helped. Like, somebody could say something about me and you really can't, like, it don't really affect me because I know who I am and I know how, like, I know I'm a pretty person. Like, you cannot say otherwise that I'm not because how I grew up. So tell your kids that you love them, please.
Oh, that's awesome.
And tell them that they're cute.
Me and because I was just gonna say the same thing about church. They were like, parents, sometimes I know you don't want to, but you need to apologize. And I feel like that is a big thing. It really does come from the home. I feel like parents nowadays bash a lot, like just very negative energy and stuff like that. I mean, how do you expect you expect this out of me, you expect this out of me, but you're steady just putting more on top of me.
And then too, a lot of parents are like almost jealous of their kid. Like you can tell too, and like that's not okay at all.
Give an example when you said it.
Like you could like
hypothetically,
like some
what you
parents
seen?
Like pick at their kids, like tell them, oh, you didn't do so and so and so and so, knowing they did that, or like bash them, almost like Kanaria said, and call them a disgrace and all that. And parents don't realize stuff like that really hurts. Like
sticks with
it builds character, but also that hurts. So like Church said, apologize to your kids. Like sometimes parents really do hurt their kids, and if you don't have enough maturity and accountability to apologize as a grown person to the child that you birthed, and you're never going to get nowhere in life, and that's going to really stick with your kid, and your kid is going to have low confidence and low self-esteem, and they're going to reach at social media to fill that void because you didn't do it.
And then they're going to be thinking, well, why doesn't my child, why don't she do this? Why don't she do this with me? Why don't she love me? Why don't she talk to me? She don't come to me. Well, you see how you're acting.
Look at
like, right.
That's why, like, things that parents say stick with. Ooh, let me say. Things that parents say really stick with you. That's why you need a parent to say you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. Not, oh, you're a disgrace. I'm disappointed in you. I'm this, I'm that. I mean, you're this, you're that. Because you think that about yourself, and you remember that, and it plays all the time over and over in your head.
And especially if you don't have the support system like we do, it really does take a village. And you got to think about the kids who don't have the village and only have themselves. And they can really, like, that's what leads to suicide. That's what leads to a lot of stuff going on.
You need readers.
Especially when they're already, like, they already got so much on top of them and already going through such a hard time, whether that's outside the home and then going home and having to deal with this on top. Yeah, no.
Man, y'all own it.
Man,
I love this.
But
This is
also,
good.
it's like, as kids, you have to, like, take responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do this. Let me get right.
So it's both.
But-
It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's always going to be that way. Like sometimes a kid's going to be wrong, and sometimes a parent's going to be wrong. It's not always one's right, one's wrong all the time. Like it comes from both ways. It could be more of this side and more of that side, but you're always going to have it from both ways.
And all that yelling don't be cause for.
It don't.
No.
Quick
No,
question.
you don't.
Quick question. How important is it for the kids to let their parents know that, you know what, you were right?
Mm.
It is important
It is.
because
How often is it done?
not
Yeah.
a lot.
I would say not often enough.
I hear it a lot of times when people grow up,
Yeah.
then they start to say to their parents, "Oh, you were right."
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I mean, it happens to everybody. The teenager and parent thing. Sometimes y'all don't
Yeah.
get along. You clash,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes from both sides. Like I said,
Because I believe if parents heard it more, they probably wouldn't be in repeat with some of the things that they're saying that they're hoping that you wouldn't do.
But you got to think, though, some parents like to hold stuff over your
Yeah.
head.
Oh, I get that.
So
Yeah.
it, like, I got a lot of pride. And it took a minute for me to tell my mom a certain stuff, like, mm-mm. And it was because I felt like, what if my mama held that over my head? Because I'm going to get mad at you and I'm going to say something and we're going to be into it. So it really takes a lot of maturity and,
growth.
yeah.
So the parents got to create a safe place.
Yeah.
That's good. No judgment.
Mhm.
And you can't just expect your kid to come running and love you when you don't have that safe space.
Mm.
So let me
Yeah,
ask you
it's
this then.
important
This
to
is
have it.
good. I
This is
mean,
real
we're
good.
going down this direction, but this
But
is good.
no, we're gonna do an episode on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, for
Like,
sure.
get y'all back on
Y'all
parent.
down,
Yeah.
down for y'all good for coming back to that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So what advice would you give to the parents in creating a safe place?
I would really say just be patient, honestly.
Just be there.
It takes time. Yeah, be there and be patient.
You got to understand and sometimes put yourself in their shoes. And even for the kids,
Yeah.
put yourself in your parents' shoes and look from their perspective, because you might be on different beliefs or you might think different things, but you have to put the other's feelings and thoughts, you have to respect that and see where they're coming from, because you can't just be mad at everything and be right all the time.
Yeah, like I'm going through this, but also look at it. They're also going through
Yeah.
something.
Mm.
That goes for parents and kids. They
That's
both
good.
should do that.
Because it's our first time being here on this earth. Like, we didn't, there wasn't no handbook. So, like,
We didn't get a warning for this.
exactly.
You know the crazy thing about that?
Mm.
For some parents, not all parents, but some parents, is their first time being parents.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You got
That's
what
why I
I'm saying?
said it's the same
Yeah.
thing for the kids and
Mhm.
the parents.
And also, don't judge, because you done did it too, probably.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
don't even judge.
Yes.
And please don't be one of those ones where your kid trusts you enough and they confide in you and here you go.
Oh yeah.
On Facebook.
Guess what?
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh no.
And it ain't because of that phone. So.
And-
It ain't.
And you wonder why your kids don't come to you if you're sitting there gossiping about them
Mhm.
all the time.
So do y'all actually y'all know parents that has actually done this? Or
Our
y'all
own
just speak.
parents.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And see, look, y'all helping me. Like I said, I got two boys. Y'all are like straight up helping me. I do a lot of research and reading and well, like I said, I don't do a lot of reading, but I do a lot of video
Audio.
research. Yeah, audio, watching. And I'm always trying to step my game as a father. And I had to learn, like just with my boys, like after a baseball game, like or a sports event, like I don't talk about the game in the car with them on the way home. Like I used to just be in the car, just like if they did bad, I would just be talking about blah, 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 blah. And they're already down on themselves.
Mhm.
So after I got done reading and watching this video, he was like, "No, I want you wait till give them 24 hours, and then you talk about it the next day when you're not emotional." Because man, I can be ticked off because I know, like my youngest boy, he ain't struck out maybe one time in 15 games this year. In the last game in the playoffs, this boy struck out 3 times.
Mm.
You know how I was the frustration that was building up inside of me.
Mhm.
Like I mean, I wanted to just let him have it on the field, but I was like, no,
And two, it's not that deep.
It's not.
And you know he feels that hurt too.
Yeah.
He was the one. He was in that position. That's what I'm saying. You got to put yourself in the other shoes.
Exactly. So I chilled. We didn't talk about it, and then he got over before I did, because you know what I'm saying. Like as a parent, and like he's like the best player on the team. Like, dude, if you hit, you're third in my lineup. Like you're my best hitter. I need for you to perform. But I had also, I always told him though, like I don't love you based off your performance. So my love is not gauged, you know what I'm saying, based off how well you do. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like I like to see you perform at a top level, but I don't love you no different. But yeah, so like I said, what y'all are talking about is teaching us as fathers and as parents how we need to interact with y'all. You know, like make sure it's a safe place. Make sure we're not talking about them behind their backs. You know, make sure that we're not judging them. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I already told my wife, I said when my boys get a certain age, they're gonna have to sit down. We're gonna have a talk about all the stuff that daddy did. Because I know they're gonna the same things that presented themselves to me is gonna present themselves to you. You see what I'm saying? And probably at a younger age. And I'm not gonna judge you. Like, but if you see this, you gotta come to me. Like, don't try to go through it by yourself. Because I got out of it. But what if you ain't strong enough to get out of it? What if it's just too deep for you? And so yeah, we gonna that whole parenting insights from a teenager, man, that's gonna be
Powerful.
Yes, very powerful. Y'all was saying some other stuff about yelling at your kids or being yelled at. Do they yell at you first, or do they yell at you after they told you multiple times?
Ooh, my mama, she is a loud person. Everybody can say that. And as soon as she walk in the door, she get to yelling. It's really just, my mama always yells first. And then it's like a flight or a fight with my mama. And whenever you steady yelling at me, it's going to make me yell. And if I see yelling, I'm going to yell. Okay. So it's always like that for me and my mom. But it's not like we at each other's neck. It's just, I'm a loud person and you loud. And I'm going to get my point across while you yelling. Okay. But my mama, she always called me for years nonchalant, because for the longest I did not like react at all. And it's not because I'm nonchalant. It's just you don't know what happened at school. You don't know. I might be tired. Ain't nobody finna hear all that yelling. Cause I always say, what are you yelling for? Like, why are you yelling?
And if you do react, it always causes worse. So you just gotta sit there and be like, okay.
And then if you silent it, and now you don't want to listen to me. I hear you, girl.
So it sounds like somebody your personality is going to dictate how you speak. Yeah. But also it sounds like as kids, young ladies or gentlemen, y'all have got to learn how to put your pride to the side, and just sometimes you have to take it. I'm saying all the time, but I'm saying sometimes just to cut down on the because obviously your parents don't understand. They don't have the knowledge to come in and do it the way you would like them to do it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But they're doing the best they can. They're working with everything that they have.
I would say too, in some situations, parents could have went down that road. And so it's like if they see a kid in the road in a car getting ready to come down the road, do they just sit back and not say nothing? Knowing there's a chance that the child can get hurt from standing in the road? But because we've been in there, we don't say anything. You get what I'm saying? So for some parent, they could have lived a traumatic experience of going down whatever road it is till they have to say something. And when they say something, they've planted a seed in you to say, hey, at least it cautions you to keep you from going down the road. You got what I'm saying? But I do get the point of not just keep saying it over and over and so on and so on and so on. You got what I'm saying? I do get that point. But I think as a parent needs to know they've done or have said what they needed to say so that you are aware.
We be aware.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let them know.
Let them know that you hear them.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
And like I said, parents are not perfect. Don't get it twisted.
Absolutely not.
I dropped
the ball. You can't live your life through your kid either.
Oh, no. You definitely can't. But yeah, you have to just, it's twofold to that thing. And then y'all said something else about the power of, y'all were saying something about affirmation, the power of the tongue. Like, y'all have got to realize that what your parents say has an effect on you, but ultimately what you say has even a greater effect on you in the long run. Now, don't get me wrong, you will have to deal with some issues if your parents is always belittling you.
Yeah.
There will be some trauma with that as you grow and mature.
Yeah.
But as long as you on a consistent basis doing the affirmations, that's great, because you can wake up and nobody else in the world can tell you you're beautiful but yourself. Okay, so when somebody tell you you're not, like you said, like, oh no, I already know I'm beautiful. I've been telling myself this for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, my son went to school. My oldest boy went to school one day. He was like, somebody called him stupid. He came home. He was like, man, someone's supposed to call me stupid. I was like, okay, Aiden, what's your grades look like? Oh, I make all A's.
Thank you.
And I was like, what do we say every morning? I said, what's something, because we do affirmations too. I said, what's two of the affirmations we say every morning that's dealing with you being smart? I am smart and I'm wise. So what you tripping about? I know you smart. You know you smart. That's all that matters. Let's go. You feel me?
Mhm.
So affirmations are powerful, and they don't understand why they're doing it right now either. I mean, they're 9 and 7, but we do it every morning going to school, and it's about 13 of them. So it's about 13 affirmations, and not 13 kids.
Way back in the day.
Got a van.
A minivan for sure. But yeah, and then so the power of the tongue is very powerful. Okay, remember that. And I'm just piggybacking on what y'all said. And building kids up was one thing that y'all said.
Mhm.
Like, you want your parents to build you up. I can only imagine being torn down by my father growing up, like, or me tearing down my kids right now. Like, bro, I got to be dealing with some demons and some inner insecurities myself for me to look at my own seeds and be like, you ain't nothing, or you ain't gonna, man. Like, I wouldn't, like, I can't even imagine that, because I understand the impact that I carry in my home. You feel me? Like,
Mhm.
At least the group of y'all got it together.
what now?
At least the group of y'all parents got it together.
But listen, I'm still growing though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm still, but that's something that I seek after though. Like you said, like, I literally want my sons when they grow older to be able to come to me with anything. Like, if my sons, let's just say God has destined them to go to play in some professional sports arena or be some type of super famous people, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna be that parent I'm gonna go with them.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, they're until they're about 24. Like, if you living in and you got all this money, you're living up here on this, and I'm living down here, because I gotta make sure that you are well equipped for what life is throwing at you. Like, I want to have that type of relationship that he don't mind me coming, or they don't mind me coming, or me and my wife coming, because because like, even though you semi grown now, and you got all these funds, like, no, bro, somebody got to manage it, and we definitely ain't gonna trust nobody else. Like you've been with me your whole life. Like, who you gonna trust more than me and your mama
That's
and
gaslighting.
your brother? Huh?
That's gaslighting.
What do you mean? Explain that.
Who
Come
else
on.
are you gonna trust? You can trust anybody, not just you. I understand you want to be there, but don't say that.
No. I didn't say you can't trust nobody. I said, who else you gonna trust more?
That's gaslighting.
How's that?
Because they can trust who they want to trust. You don't tell them that.
Okay, but who are they? Let's say, in a perfect world, who should you trust more than your parents?
That's for them to figure out, because a lot of people don't have that trust with their parents. And you might feel like, oh yeah, we got that, but they can be like, no, daddy's staying where daddy at.
But see, that's what are we getting at? Like, I want to have that relationship. That relationship doesn't start when they're 20, and I try to build it now that I know they're about to get some money. That's a deadbeat dad coming off the streets trying to do that. But if you've been in a house with somebody your whole life, and they've shown you a track record that they're there for you, they trust you, that you trust them, then I would think that it'd be a whole lot easier for them to trust me if I've been managing all that money prior to them making millions. So why can't I manage it now? Or why can't we make sure we have somebody that we trust that we can manage? But do you see what I'm getting? I understand what you're saying, because it's like, well, no, everybody ain't like that. Everybody may not have that relationship with somebody in their life, and I get that, but that's the problem. That's like one of the problems. Like, there's no way, like with me, if I ended up being like having all this money, whatever, and I was growing up, I wouldn't want no stranger coming in managing my stuff. If my mom and dad has shown me that they've been there for me, like, bro, like, that's just me though. So, but I understand what you're saying. Go ahead. I know you got something else you thinking.
I wouldn't want to like put my trust in my parent because like they could really gaslight me and manipulate me and could be taking my money. If I put it in the bank, I could, and they do something wrong, you going to jail.
Mhm.
And if my mama was to do that, I wouldn't send her to jail. So like she could keep on manipulating me. No, we're not doing that. We're sending it to the bank.
No. I'm not saying put nobody. I'm not telling you put millions of dollars in nobody's. Like the money's got to be in the bank or some accounts or something like that. But what I'm saying, when everything's all said and done, let's just keep it simple. I just feel like that when you got a strong relationship with your parents and you trust them, they trust you, it's a whole lot easier for them to watch after you and help you get to that certain level when you have funds. Just like Lamar Jackson, NFL MVP, his mother is his agent. He doesn't trust nobody like he trusts his mom.
Yeah,
because of the relationship they have.
That's what I was gonna say. The older you get, the more you'll see. You want people to love you. You want to love a person and respect a person and trust a person enough without limitations, especially when it comes to marriage. And so even when it comes to your parents, like the ideal for me is I would want to be able to trust my parents that much. But I know that everyone may not feel that way. But me personally, I would want to be able to trust my parents that much that I can allow them to have this position, whatever is needed, and know that it's okay. I get it. Everybody may not have that, and everybody got their own perspective when it comes to that.
Would y'all like that? Would y'all like that relationship with your parents to where when you got older, they can help you guys teach you how to budget, help you manage your money and kind of, get you ready to be able to go out there and truly,
I could say y'all should have did that when we was like 5 or something. Whenever we like teenagers, I don't know. Or like even whenever we like 20 or 30, no.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like you're grown.
Yeah, like
if you always
give
need
me
help,
advice. Yeah.
you always need help, but
not
managing,
not
you.
manage.
It kind of sounds like you want to be your child's friend whenever it gets older. No,
I do.
No, you need to be a parent, not a friend.
No. I'm a parent now. I'm gonna be a friend when he's grown.
No.
I don't want to be your parents still telling you, dictating every little move that you make. No. Once you're grown and you show me you're mature enough, we friends now. Right now, I'm daddy. But when you're grown and you're out on your own, we cool. Now you come to me with advice, I got you. I'm still your dad. But that role has changed with me just being always trying to make sure. No. You grown, like you just said. So if you grown, you don't need me to be the daddy that I was when you were 15, when you were 10, when you were 5. No, you grown. Now, as a man, now it's time for me to, hey, look, lessen these reins up. You grown. I done showed you how to budget. I done showed you how to clean. I done showed you how to cook. I done showed you how to do all these different things. Go do it. That's me raising men. I don't need to be your friend now. You need guidance now. You need discipline. You need all this stuff now. So when you hit 25, now I can sit back and be like, guess what, y'all? Whew, I'm done with that part of my life. We cool now. But that's just me. Now, why do you feel like you still you said you don't want to be friends?
No.
You said you still want. So what does that look like then when you say that you want them to be your parents still when you're 25, you're grown?
I mean, I'm gonna still need my mama, and like I want my mama to be my mama, not my friend. You're not my friend. I have friends for a reason. And whenever we get older, it's like my mom and her mom, they're close, but there's a difference between friends. And I can say I have family members who want to be friends with their kids almost, and it's very inappropriate. And we hit on this in church almost. It's very inappropriate, and it's not okay because we need accountability still whenever we're 40 and 50. And we need that until almost like you die. Like we need that. We don't need there's no friendship here.
Let me ask you this, since you said what you're saying. So you mean to tell me that friends can't hold you accountable?
I don't need my mom to be my friend.
You don't need the roles to be confused.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm asking you. My question was, can friends hold you accountable?
It depends on the friend.
Okay.
But really, it's a mind thing. Like, a lot of people can't tell me nothing. I gotta, convince myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell me all this stuff, and I'm going to disregard you, and I have to believe in myself. Because I'm a very stubborn person, too.
And see, that's good. And everybody's different. You see what I'm saying? Like my relationship with my kids is going to be totally different from, or maybe totally different from what your relationship and what yours is, and what everybody else's is. But when it's all said and done, you have to do what's comfortable for you, okay, in your relationship with your parents. Like, because I don't know the dynamics of anybody else's relationship with their parents, but in my mind, in the grand scheme of things, I would like for me and my sons to have such a great relationship that they don't mind me being around them. They don't mind me. They can come to me and talk to me about anything that's going on in their world. That's basically what I'm getting to. And I've seen too many situations where young men go out there and they fortunate to make all this money, and then they 5 years, 10 years down the road, they are broke and they back sleep on their parents' couch. But yet you done made over $15 million. I don't want it for my kids. Now, if they show me they already mature enough when they go off, hey, me and your mom just gonna come visit. We'll be at your home games. We'll be. I mean, it just depends on how the dynamics end up working out. So let me ask you this: everybody, do y'all feel like y'all need to start working on building a stronger relationship with your parents?
Will they work as strong as us though? You got to make sure it's equal, because if you putting in 80 and they ain't putting in none, or we putting in 50 and you putting in none, I'm gonna give up on you. And then back on what you said, like you want to be your kid's friend, that makes it comfortable for disrespect, and that's not okay.
Okay. And so you keep throwing a lot out there. But what it's great. But what you're saying is this: can you not have a friend that doesn't disrespect you?
That's not my friend if she feels like she can disrespect me.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. You keep saying that as a parent, they can't be your friend.
No.
But no. But then you're saying at the same time, it's like, well, because they're my parent and I become friends, they can disrespect me. Or if they're my parent and become a friend, they can do this and that. And that's the case, you shouldn't have no friends. You see what I'm saying?
No.
You don't. But you don't.
I understand, but I don't see what you're saying.
Do you?
You go twin, bro. I love it.
So when it's all said and done, everybody has to make their own decisions about how their relationship is going to be with their parents when it's all said and done.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Just to be honest, man, I'm gonna stay in the parent role personally.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's me. And my reason being is like, I've seen how a lot of kids or even grown adults that still got parents, I don't even get down with cussing around your parents and doing all that kind of crazy stuff that you would do with a friend. Like, I still need you to have a level of respect around me.
Mm-hmm.
You got what I'm saying?
that's right.
But that's just for me. But it's different for everybody though. You got what I'm saying? Because while the husband may feel one way, the wife may feel totally different. You got what I'm saying? So I just think it probably could be a unique thing amongst the parents and the kids. But I have seen a lot of times where there's conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen where the kids are okay with them being their parents until they're not getting their way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until it's time to parent, and then they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought we was cool." No.
Yeah. And then I've also seen too when the parents or vice versa, or the situation turned around.
Mm-hmm.
You got what I'm saying? Where
it's a balance.
It's cool for you to be parents right now, but then in this situation, I don't want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah.
As a parent. You got what I'm saying? So it go two ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like basically what y'all are saying is like there has to be a balance.
So it comes down to this: you got to be willing to take what you're trying to have. You got to be willing to give what you're trying to take.
Mm-hmm.
And take whatever you're trying to give. You got what I'm saying?
Cause see, that's the thing. Like my mom, like she's my friend now. Like, I mean, we like even her with my brother. They go to concerts together. They're friends. Like, and that's because of the relationship that we have built. My mom can come kick it. And like, now don't get me wrong, there's times where I was like, hey mom, give me your thoughts on this. Or hey mom, but for the most part, she's done raising me. Now she still prays for me, she still loves on me and all that kind of stuff. But I'm 39 years old. I don't need my mom calling me and asking me, did I pay my bills? Did I do this? No, when I need you to be a parent, then I'm going to come to you and say, hey, mom, this is what's going on. Give me some advice on this. What should I do in this situation? But other than that, like, my mom is like the dopest mother ever.
So it sounds like the older that they get, maybe the responsibilities are lessened.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't have to check on you, see if you're paying your bills and so on, different things like that. They don't have to do as much as responsibility as they had to when you were at a younger age. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what responsibility
versus the role change?
Yeah. So let me ask y'all this. What responsibility would you need your parents to have in your life when you 30 years old and you're grown and you're doing your own thing? Like, what parenting would you need at that age? Like, on a consistent basis?
My doctor's appointments, my dentist appointments.
Hold up now. Too old.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, tell me. Like, y'all, we talking now. Like, tell me what you need your parents to do at that age.
I can tell you, I'm literally babied, so I don't know. Like, mama, she tells me to be independent, and I'm a very independent person, but I still want my mom there for like my doctor's appointments and my dentist appointments and all my appointments, actually.
Okay. What about you, Jaden? As from a male perspective, what do you want your parents to be doing for you when you 25, 30 years old and you consider yourself grown?
Basically what you were saying, I feel like there's nothing that they should have to feel like they need to do. It should be more of a, okay, if I need this, I go to them. Because that's how the relationship started. And if it started at like, you know, like that as a friend, like looking at them as a friend, then that should be, okay, I'm 35. Okay, I need this. Let me go to them. Oh, this my friend. Okay, let's go kick it. Let's go still have that relationship, but know that I'm grown. I still got things that I need to do on my own. But if I need help, go to them.
Okay.
That determines on how good of a parent they were when you were younger.
Okay.
I would just say, I'm sorry. I would never kick it with my
exactly
parents. Now hanging out.
Bonding is a different thing.
Kicking it though,
what's kicking it? Your kicking it may be different what our kicking it may be.
Yeah. But I was thinking when you said that if I'm grown consistently, there should be nothing that I'm relying on my parents.
Yeah, no.
Like no, I'm grown.
Okay.
So your parent needs to see you as being grown.
Yes.
Which means you shouldn't always splurge and spend money on certain things and so on just because I know mom or dad gonna come through.
Don't bail me out.
You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm gonna be grown, I need to be grown.
Yeah.
You got what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times what happened is the roles unintentionally can get swapped if you're not intentional on what it is that you're expecting from one another. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I know mine don't because I always need my parents.
I think it all depends on how you grew up and where you came from.
And
your
how
morals.
Yeah.
Morals are definitely a big thing.
That is that's a great topic because we may think that my way is the best way or your way is the best way. But then you realize that, man, it could be a mixture or this just could be what works on my side because of the dynamics of the relationship and what we built and things like that. Going back to my original question that I asked y'all, I was like, do you feel like your relationship with your parents need to be stronger? I didn't ask y'all, did y'all want your parents to make the relationship stronger? I just asked you a general question. Do you feel like the relationship need to be stronger?
Not mine, honestly.
Okay.
Mine good.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Do you feel like you want more from your parents at your age as of right now?
I get the whole world, so.
Okay.
It's like by now, like, okay, we're 16.
Mm-hmm.
She's not yet, but that's okay. I mean, by now, it's like that bond should already be established. Like, you should already know, okay, this is how we're going to be then.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to build it.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you still can, but, you know, it's different because, like, when you grew up a different way and you, like, try to switch and it's harder.
Yeah, like if you've been in the home and you learned cussing and this, and then all of a sudden on a random Sunday we going to church and we doing this and we praying, we on our knees every day. It's gonna be like, what is you doing?
Yeah,
like it's
you can switch the game up on me. I feel you. So everybody dynamics is just so different. Y'all looked at me like I was weird.
She need to be a co-host, bro.
She do.
Yes.
Like I was weird because I was like, man, I would like to be friends, you know what I'm saying, with my sons, or like me and my mom, we're literally friends. Like, and it's to the point where like I'm like so cool with that. But that's just me. And so like, and it was even different when my wife kind of figured it out. She was like, you and your mom, y'all real cool. Like the stuff that you can watch and do with your mom, like there's no way I can sit here and watch and do with my mom. You feel what I'm saying? And it's nothing in my mind. Is like we just kicking it. My mom knows sports. You know what I'm saying? We can go to a sporting event together. You know what I'm saying? And her meanable, like all of us, like, and we just kicking it. We just
Turn to who?
my boys.
So y'all are hanging out.
Yeah, we hanging out. We kicking it.
Are y'all? It's boundaries. Like, are you having like bonding moments, or are y'all like friends? Like, there's a difference. You sound like more or less bonding than friends. Y'all are not friends.
This is giving me like smothered.
Yeah, almost. Like you talking about your mama
Sure.
friends.
My mom lives 2 hours away. I may see her once every month, once every 2
Okay.
months. So there ain't no
Okay, so
smothering
that-
going on.
Yeah, so
You feel me? So I think I don't know. I think y'all maybe y'all just never thought about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like so foreign to y'all to think that you can be grown and be cool with your parents. Like, I don't know. But that works in my world.
Different perspectives,
Yeah.
different ages.
Mhm.
It's just, and we haven't lived that part of life yet. We're
True.
not parents yet, so
I believe it too. Is just trying to differentiate the friend word
Mhm.
in,
And bonding and
in general. So
yeah.
maybe if you take away friend and use another word, another term for it. One thing I know is that our parents are always going to be older than us. So if they stay in the parent role, they literally create the blueprint to a point of the direction that we need to head in life. So if they went down the wrong road, they can at least let us know, hey, you don't want to go down this direction. So they're always ahead of the game for us. Now, what we take away from it is one thing, and that's hoping that we have the ideal parent that can lead us in that direction. But
Because I'm not finna go to the club with my mama, and me and my mama, we not finna do none of that.
Well, I don't club, so
go to the club.
yeah, and hold on. That's true. There's still boundaries. Don't get me wrong. There's still boundaries that, you know, as our relationship has changed, and there's certain things I'm not gonna do because I'm just a respectful person, and I know I'm not gonna have my mom around if I was clubbing. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? No, it's just certain things that we can do. You feel me? When it's all said and done, but it's still a respect level. That I don't talk crazy in front of my mom. I am myself. Like I still joke. I still do all that. I'm myself with my mom knows me just as better than she raised me.
Mhm.
She birthed me. So it's like there's not too much my wife can call and tell my mom that my mom is going to be surprised about.
This is definitely the longest episode we've ever done.
We was done about 15 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden we got to talking about parenting. So when I tell you,
have a different
we're gonna have to,
Oh yeah, for
Most
sure.
definitely.
and it's gonna be fine.
And we'll say too, if there's some topics that you all would like to talk about,
Mhm.
we'll do an episode on that as well. We're cool with it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're cool with it. So I'm gonna actually cut all of this out of this episode,
Oh, that's cool.
on the majority of it anyway.
Okay.
We'll just use that just for some reels,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, because that's is needed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was good.
Much needed.
Hashtag need that.
Hashtag much needed in all caps.
You-
Repping the green for
Mental health.
Day.
so
Day,
day,
or month.
month, both.
Yeah, both.
Month.
But
Week,
today's
day.
the day.
but y'all have anything else?
No.
Any closing remarks at all? Anything? Your thoughts on the podcast, the episode?
I like this. At
Yes.
first I was very nervous.
I was very nervous.
But I like
was
this. I could do
stuttering.
this again.
Like I said, we're definitely gonna do it again. If y'all come up with multiple, because y'all can talk. I mean, and that's all the podcast is. We
Yeah.
just,
We love talking.
and people like they
We've always
love
wanted to do this.
they love the back and forth. Like when we were going back and forth, like the people gonna be like,
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. I can't wait to make that real.
but I appreciate it, man. Like I'm always up for a good talk. And let me just say this to you, all of y'all: be open minded.
Yeah.
As y'all continue to grow, be open minded to have conversations, and be willing to talk to people that think differently from you.
Yeah.
And listen to understand, not to always respond. So that way, like if you're explaining something to me and I just got you blocked out and I'm not even trying to hear what you're saying, then we can't really have a deep conversation. It's only going to be surface level. But if I listen, like when you're talking, I'm listening to you, I'm trying to understand why you're saying what you're saying, that makes the conversation so much deeper. Then if you still don't agree, just agree to disagree and go on to the next topic. You feel me?
For sure.
So I appreciate y'all.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah. Anything else? That's it.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you again for another episode here at the Elevated Chat Room. Lonzo, we appreciate so much for the guests that participated in this episode. A lot of energy. I love it. And I'm very excited and looking forward to the next time we cut an episode. Any final words for you?
No, we good. We out.
That's it. Peace.
Elevated chat room.